Hey friends, it's Matt with Cups Mission. I get the privilege today to introduce you to the newest folks to come on board with Cups Mission. And we are so excited to have them here, and I'm going to just kind of let them speak for themselves. But we want you to be involved in every step of the way with bringing them on. This is Ruben and Andreza DeJesus, who are coming on board and going to be moving down to the Dominican to help Daniel out and the team with everything that we're doing. So Ruben and Andreza, you guys introduce yourself to our folks and just tell us a little bit about you. Where are you guys from? Who are you?
Yeah. My name's Andreza DeJesus, and I am from Hardyville, South Carolina right now. We have 3 kids, Nathan, who is 20, Lucas, who is 18, and Leah, who just turned 15. Our boys will be staying stateside and going to college. Our daughter is moving with us to the Dominican Republic, and we're really excited.
Yeah, and we've been married now 23 years. We're originally from New Jersey. I was born and raised in the northern section of New Jersey, city called Passaic. And Andreza is originally from Brazil, from the state of Amazonas, Manaus, Brazil. She moved to New Jersey when she was a little girl at the age of 10. And that's where we met. We met in New Jersey at a church over there. When I got saved at 23, God ended up taking me to her church where she was with her family, and I met her and fell in love and got married.
Awesome. When we were talking earlier at lunch, just kind of about some of your story. I know our folks would love to hear some of your background and your ministry opportunities and what God has done in your life to bring you to the point where we're sitting here together talking today.
Absolutely. Well, like I mentioned just a little minute ago, I got saved later in life at the age of 23. Didn't grow up in a Christian home. Had good parents, great parents, loving parents. God was mentioned, but never really came to faith until the age of 23. Got involved at the church where I got baptized and discipled, and around that time, the Lord led me to prepare myself. I felt He was calling and leading me to be a pastor, and I met Andreza, and she joined me along for that journey, and got married, and ended up serving at a church over there in North Jersey, in a city called North Plainfield, New Jersey. We served at Highwood Park Baptist Church there for a while, youth pastors, and then the Lord led us to start a Hispanic ministry within that church. Being that we were bilingual, actually Andreza is trilingual. She speaks Portuguese, Spanish, and English. And, and the church we came from, by the way, it was a Spanish-speaking church. So we had that in our background. It was in an urban community, predominantly Latinos living in that city. So that's the environment we grew up in. God took us to North Plainfield, which had the same type of vibe. And then eventually, back in 2009, the Lord led us and called us to move down to Bluffton, South Carolina, to start a Spanish-speaking church, which we were able to do that. We were church planters with a denomination in the area here, and we were able to be part of that. And we started a Spanish-speaking church in North Plainfield, and also partnered with an English-speaking church plant. And we got involved in that. We became the pastors of the English-speaking church plant, and I did that for a number of years. And then eventually things changed. In March 2008, I resigned, and COVID came, and the world changed. And then eventually God led us to a wonderful church in Savannah, because if you're familiar with the area, Bluffton, Hardyville are really close to Savannah. So we ended up going and being part of that church in Savannah, and eventually they asked us to join them, and we've been on staff ever since. And then 2022, my wife has this crazy idea of going on a mission trip with our family, and that's what brings us here, and I'm going to let her share that part of the story.
Yeah, Andreza, that's an awesome part of you guys' story. Some of our people watching probably know your faces because they've seen you at Rio Vista or in La Union somewhere in the Dominican. And so what was that first experience with Cups like?
So a friend of mine told us about cups, and I came home and I told Ruben, I said, honey, we're going to the DR. And he was like, what are you talking about? Well, the next summer we took our 3 kids and we went to the Dominican Republic and served with cups, and it was amazing. And it was life-changing for our kids. The team that we got to serve with really kind of just poured into my kids' lives. It was a college team, and we loved them dearly. And we just connected. We connected with the people, we connected with the missionaries, the kids in the villages really stole our hearts. And so kidnapped would be an appropriate word for our
Absolutely.
hearts. And we have been back twice more with teams that we have brought from our area, and just seeing God work in their lives as they serve and minister in the Dominican has been it just has changed our lives. And so now we feel the call to move there full time. And we are taking our youngest daughter, Leah. She will be going with us. She is excited for the adventure that it will be to serve in the Dominican.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things that impacted me a lot about the CUPS mission in the Dominican Republic is, they reach people with the kids with the gospel of Jesus Christ, and they disciple them, and those things are extremely important. But they don't just do that, they teach kids trades, they teach kids how to be able to sustain themselves in their economy, and give them a hand up and see them be functioning Christian men and women in the community. They stay in the community that they are reached in those 6 villages, and that whole culture around that, where it's not just coming and sharing the gospel and seeing them saved and then plugging them into the church. Yeah, that's an aspect of it. But sometimes we just stop there, where CUPS just kind of takes it to the next level, and it helps these kids in a more holistic way, in the sense where it helps them gain a profession and earn money, and they don't have to look for making a living in other areas. As we all know, in these developing nations, there's other areas where they can make money that are not that good. And so CUPS comes alongside them and just, allows them to come to know Christ, be a Christian, serve the Lord Jesus, and then teach them how to stay in their community, make money, and just kind of transforms that village. And that to me speaks volumes, because it's a practical way of ministry, and that impacted us. And when we were told about how they were looking for a bilingual missionaries to go there, because they're looking for people to help serve with the short-term mission teams that come, to help teach the kids English, to help assist Daniel and Judith, which are doing an awesome job over there with their team, Larry and Brian and Francia and all those individuals that work and live there. But to come alongside that and, be part of that team in a tangible way, to be that bridge from the mission teams that come from the States over there, man, that spoke volume to us. And Andreza and I looked at each other, and Jack kind of didn't say it, but I mean, the Lord was using Jack to talk to us and said, this really kind of it describes us, who we are, And so, so actually the first time we went over there, we had that conversation, and then the second time, and then, I'm not fast. I don't make those big decisions quickly. I take my time. I spend a lot of time in prayer. Not that my wife does it, but she actually probably has she's more sensitive to God's voice than I am, because she knew right away we would end up there. And eventually, as we kept praying and talking to Jack and talking to people, we realized that we were convinced that the Lord was calling us there. And so here we are.
That's awesome. Thank you guys so much. We are excited to have you guys. I know I've said this about 100 times today, but we are so excited y'all are coming. We've got an opportunity for folks to give. They can support y'all directly. We want to make sure that everything you need is provided for. But while we're on camera here, what are a couple of areas that folks can be praying for you guys? They watch this video, and they go, man, I want to pray for these folks. How can folks pray for you?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would say first and foremost, our kids. Nathan is at Georgia Southern University and he is studying civil engineering. He's a junior and he's got his own apartment and he's doing his thing. Just for God to just protect them and be with him. Lucas is a freshman at University of South Carolina in Columbia. He will be living in the dorm. And so again, just God's protection and guidance and just leading him, as a freshman in college. He's going to be studying civil engineering. I think as a mom, that's where my heart is. As my first prayer request is for my kids, for us to be far away from them, just for God to protect them and be with them.
And our daughter Leah, I mean, she's very people person. She's an extrovert, and she has a lot of friends here who she will be leaving. So I just pray that the Lord will give her some good friends in Dominican Republic, friends that she could build lifelong memories with. And as she ministers alongside us in these villages, that it would be a blessing to her, for her, an experience for her that she'll be able to take with her for the rest of her life. And so that's what I'm praying for. On a little bit less, on a lighter note, we'll be having to find a home for our 2 dogs. I love our dogs. They're going to be 2 years old in December. So if you know anybody who's looking for 2 wonderful outside farm dogs, we got 2 beautiful dogs. We would like to keep them together, find them a place together.
My
because
phone is going to blow up as soon as this video goes out. Everybody's going to call me.
They're Great Pyrenees and German Shepherd mix, Gigi and Lola. There'll be 2 on December 31st. They are wonderful outside dogs. They've never been in the house in their life, and they have all their shots. They've been operated, and everything is taken care of. They just need a good home.
Yeah, another prayer request I most definitely would be our finances.
Yes.
We would love to be fully supported before we leave. And so we are looking for monthly donors, monthly partners that will partner with us on this mission and just come alongside us. Also, we have a launch project to raise money to get us to the DR, help us get our stuff over there, but also to help us get set up in the DR with all the stuff we're going to need. So those are the 2 things we have right now financially, our launch project and our monthly partners. Mm-hmm. So if you'd like to partner with us, we would love to have you join our team and be one of our partners on this mission. We know that God does not call every person to go on the field, but you can join us on this trip and be with us over there and serve alongside us with your gifts and your generosity and also your prayers.
That's right.
We definitely need your prayers.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, folks will be able to give right there, somewhere around here. There'll be a form when they're watching this. And if they want to meet you, they can go to cupsmission.com and sign up and come on a serve opportunity down in the DR.
Absolutely. We'd
We'd love to see them.
All right. Well, appreciate you guys' time today. This has been awesome. We are so excited, praying, excited to see what God's going to do. I know He's going to do great things in your life and your family's lives and the lives of the kids in the DR. And we just can't wait to see what He's going to do. So appreciate you guys coming.
Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you, Matt.
Yeah.
All right.